Greetings, everybody out there in YouTube land and out there that will be watching this later. We are War Commander Unshackled. Tonight on the panel, we have the one, Rambo, aka Romero. We also have Godscope with his infamous return to the game after fighting fires left and right. So, tonight we're going to go over a few things and see what's out there for everybody to see. So, with that being said, I want everybody just to say hi. That's out on the panel right now.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Well, of course, we just had our.
That was
Yep, we just had the Nightmare event. Burning Dead.
It was a nightmare for some, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, it was. It was a nightmare for a lot of people, obviously. So, but one, what did you think of it? Okay, he's still muted making pizza.
No, I mean, sorry, I had the wrong tab. I have so many tabs open on browsing there. My nightmare was actually very enjoyable this time. I mean, I did lose a shitload of units, but it's nightmare, so it was expected.
Yep, that's why they call it a nightmare. They did ramp this one up a little bit from last year.
Oh yeah, I did curse a lot and I cried a lot losing units, but it was fun. So.
That's why they call it a nightmare. They did ramp this one up a little bit.
Somebody needs to mute the YouTube.
That would be me. I'm a noob still. You know, I keep up with everything, so I keep them muted beforehand.
I think this nightmare event was awesome. I got to gold 1 in Infamy, so and I had 0 XP.
Oh yeah, so you didn't do the event, but you went out and hit people.
Oh yeah, like I said, it was a nightmare for some.
All right, Rambo, what'd you think of this event?
I liked it. It's definitely a lot harder than the event the week before, but a lot of surprises with the respawning and everything else made it a pain in the ass. Lost a lot more than the week before.
Well,
they did tweak each of the bases. Some of the bases were tweaked up and changed.
Oh yes, they did tweak them a lot. Granted, they did put the Nemesis in there, and they put the Stalker, aka Jason, in there as well.
Oh, yeah. I thought Creeper Crawler.
But the Nemesis was killable, so was the Stalker.
I never killed it.
Daba did.
No, never killed it. I just ran away from that damn thing. That end button was my friend all the way through it. I had to attack a little bit, and attack a little bit, and.
Yep. Romero was a beast in this event, honestly. So. Welcome, Skipjack. If you want on, you know where the link is.
Yeah, she does.
So.
Well, Skip, as you can see, we do not have a full panel.
They need you.
Actually, she doesn't see because I've got it screen sharing with the full screen. So.
Oh, okay. I will send her the link.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we got half a panel.
So, and of course, our queen Skipjack did a $25 gift card, which Erwin Wamel, I do believe, won, finding all the little Easter eggs out there. And if you're wondering what tank that is, that's showing everybody right now, that is the Nova. So I can show you guys a nice high-res picture if you would like to see.
Is that the one that we're doing for Special Ops?
This is the new Special Ops unit.
Okay.
So give me 1 second and I will click over to the Nova. And
Skipjack, check your Discord PM. Just because I'm too lazy to bring up
Check
Facebook.
That is a nice. It kind of looks like a not Doran. What the hell is it?
It looks like the Dogstorm.
Darkstorm and Ardra.
Yeah, kind of like mated.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, If you look at like the body shape, it looks more like Dante because it looks like the Ultra Tank, but it looks like it's gonna be a beast.
Ultra Tank and Dante made it.
I mean,
If you read the, sorry, go ahead.
Now, Tony and the art group did do a great job on this.
Really?
Of course, if you've been keeping up on Discord and the Twitter stream, there is another unit that we will be getting, the Escort. Now, this guy here
is incredibly. There we go. Oh, it's the souped-up Valkyrie.
Yes, but
the Corpus Fairy.
Yep, it's a new unit, and I do believe this is going to be a single-use unit, if I remember correctly. But, I mean, you look at some of the detail that these guys go in on this thing. Hey, look at that face.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's me.
No.
I think he has to poop.
Hey, Chad. Welcome, Skip.
He's in this mechanical machine. He's like, oh, man, I'm up here now. I got to go.
What kind of shoes? I want to know what kind of shoes those are.
They look like Timberlands.
Yeah,
maybe
Yeezys. Timberlands, yeah.
What are those?
Jim has a pair of shoes like that. Yeah, again, kudos to Tony. I mean, having all those things. Ooh, that looks like a face on one of his panels, too. That's actually kind of cool.
He's getting good with that program.
Yeah, it's the 3D. I mean, it's really, the artwork is awesome. The color is awesome.
I don't know where I saw it, but I saw him.
Inside of his thigh. I see it. The inside of his left thigh, there's a face.
Hang on, let's see here.
Get in there.
I'm zooming in as far as I can go.
Yeah, inside left thigh. Yeah, see that little face? Look.
Right here. Right here.
Right there. They're right there on the little shield. See the two eyeballs? And
yeah.
It looks like a Jason mask.
It does.
No, that is that's an infiltrator.
I don't need to see his crotch, dude. You can zoom back out.
That's a little infiltrator right there.
That is kind of cool.
That's what they call it, huh?
Let's see if we see any more Easter eggs that Tony may have planted on this thing.
I don't know. I'm telling you. He's got on.
Okay. Enough of that.
That's pretty cool. Colors are cool. It'll be interesting to see if the flames are actually animated flames when he flies, or is it just going to be kind of like a flame trail? That'd be cool.
Alrighty. Well, let's get on to the next step in this. Alright, let me stop this screen share, and then I'm going to screen share my entire screen. And we're going to start this slideshow. We're going to start off, of course, with the patch notes. So it says the following changes were fixed applied today, right after the downtime. It says Shadow Ops, Dawn of Destruction, fight back against the undead and unlock parts for the Corpus brand new unit, the Nova. The Nova Charge Up is a massive laser cannon which erases enemies in one shot. It is a unique, it is the Corpus faction. It is a ground vehicle. Its weaponry is a laser cannon, single targeted shot. Charge up unit, it has enough power to one-shot the selected target. Charge times is dependent on the target's max health. So in other words, you target something with, like the Romero, 15 million health. It's going to sit there and sit there and sit there until it has enough charge to take it out in one shot. Of course, if you use a bishop with a certain tech on there, that might speed that up quite a bit. Of course, now we're going to bring up the PvP season, the battle for bragging rights of the sector, and fight your way to Blood Thorium, accolades, and tons of medals. The content changes to the gear store, the Bishop Ores, new detonator tech, Roland, and more awaits you in the November gear store. Now there's been some updates to the raid. The diamond techs have been added to the raids. You have the War Dog, the Fury, the Purifiers. The following have been removed: the Spartan ZKs, the Cyclops, and the Cerebus. They fixed an issue where defensive stance would be lost in the RF bases, or of course the rogue faction bases, after ending battle without deploying units. Known issues. The Nova icon in the tech center is currently displayed as Romero after you received your first Nova part. The Nova parts displayed the eras 0OF8 in the UI. So as far as the update notes, what do you guys think so far?
I muted everybody because while there were noise going on in the background, it would flip from your presentations to the person's sound. So I muted everybody because it wasn't being presented 100% to YouTube.
That should not be right because I have it set. Here we go. There we go.
Okay, I got that.
Thank you.
Do I make noise too?
Yeah, it was just the tiniest little sound was picking up, and then your avatar would show up instead of David's presentation.
All right.
I mean, like, we're kind of doing YouTube a favor in that sense, aren't we?
Yeah, well, whatever.
You're adorable.
I'm just busting your balls, David.
Oh,
The update notes, they seem, I don't know, informative, so that's good. I don't really think a whole lot's changed. Like, it's not a huge update release. It's just the same old PvP season ended, new one starting.
No. You need wait till we get to the nuts, darling. No. When we get to that, you will change your mind. I promise you. You will say, oh, not only are we going to be getting more blood, though we are going to be getting more metals. I promise you. You will be excited about the next PvC season, which is why we have extra infamy as we speak on the map, as we are speaking. I'm
already at 4,000.
Exactly. Exactly. And then we have the warpath that comes up in December, which will mean more metals and more blood thorium. So no. Don't jump ahead. Hold on to your package, guys.
They're up in the metal hold.
I'm actually happy. I just spent 980,000 metals on Cyclops tokens like an hour ago, and then traded them all in for text.
I definitely would not recommend asking Kixeye to ask them to increase the amount of metals we can hold from what it currently is, which is 1 million, because traditionally and all the other times they have ever increased, it's always be careful what you wish for. Then they increase the prices.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or if they don't do it right away, they increase it within 3 months. So again, I would advise you as we go through these notes, because as I went through and I mathematically went through it in my head, go through it, make sure that you're not stuffed. Get the things that you need and use them. Buy some more things that you need and use them. Buy some of the new spec op if you need to. Use their spec ops, and Chad, you will get your wish. There are 2 spec ops that are going the way of the dodo bird, so there'll be last chance. So buy the things that you would like to have, and then make sure that you have enough room for your metals, because you're going to get your boxes stuffed, and then you're going to get them stuffed again in December.
Can we
January 9th.
talk about the new spec up that came out after the fucking zombie event? Are you, Kixeye, I say this with all due respect, are you on drugs? Giving us chaplain, 10 level 10 chaplain spec ops.
We'll get to it. Right. Don't worry.
There were some few guys who did, and at first they used this spec op just to use the spec op to see what would happen, and now they're saying, oh, well, if you take this tune in first and then you throw the spec op in with it, it's actually very helpful. So it causes your tune to actually take less damage because it's burning a bunch of shit down. Yeah. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're fantastic, but I'm looking forward to seeing some videos of those people who shared, oh my God, I had no idea you could do this, this, and this with my chaplains. I'm going to use this spec op for more often. In other words, you can use the X key and spread them out. You can spread them out in advance before you put your heavy in. So yeah, it's kind of like a meat shield, but it's a meat shield, and it's only 10,000 metals.
I'm not saying it's a bad spec op.
Added new spec ops.
Yeah, I think it's a good spec op. I think the timing is ass backwards, and they should have released it before the zombie event, where it would have been incredibly useful.
What a joke.
Oh, well, that would be also as a spec op, yeah. But my burn sides that I have that are tricked out, my burn side that I have that's checked out, and my chaplains that are checked out, I used them one time in the Rocktober event, and I was so disappointed with how they performed. And then I thought, well, I'll go ahead and let them heal overnight. And I'll use them the next day on a different base, on an easier base. Was very, very disappointed with how they performed. They were too slow, even though I have the speed tech on them, and the range was too little. And
Did you put them with the Darkstorm, though?
I'm sorry?
Did you put them with the Darkstorm, though?
I did. I had better success with the Darkstorm and my Skipjack and my Breachers.
You also got to figure that history has shown that we're going to be dealing with zombies for the next few months.
Yeah. I mean, we are. And Onyx is probably going to come back. So then we'll, have
fucking spiders.
Fucking jumping spiders.
Yep. Oh, good God. We got Peel. Did you play the event at all?
No, I haven't logged in like 4 months.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you straight up. No bad-mouthing right now. Because you haven't played.
I just came on to say Hunter Hamish sucks.
Okay. All right.
I was originally going to say David sucks, but then I saw Hunter Hamish say he sucks in the chat.
Okay, well.
You did say David sucks in chat, and then Hunter said you suck.
Yes, so I had to come on and make sure I let Hunter know that he sucks.
Yeah, because he can't time you out in here.
No.
How come you never tell me that? Because, I mean, I get paid to do that. You never tell me that. You don't even tell me I'm good at it. I'm really disappointed.
All right. Well, let's get on to Shadow Ops, the Dawn of Destruction. All right. So, Chapter 1 briefing. Guess what? It's out already. So, Kane is launching an all-out assault on the sector, fend off the zombie threat, and earn parts for the Corpus new unit, the Nova. Wielding a massive laser cannon that unfathomable power, the Nova has power to one-shot anything. Well, its enemies. So, of course, in Chapter 1, you contains 3 phases, which last for 74. Screw it. Anyway, 72 hours. Once activated, you must complete Tier 3 in a phase to earn the standard Nova part. Parts are 8 are required to unlock the Nova. Destroy specific targets on the world map to score Shadow Op points. Aim to earn the prizes. Of course, you're going to earn cash. The prize caches, which we'll get to here in a second. Just remember, once you activate this, you have to complete it within 72 hours. If you don't, you will not be able to do a repeat, and you will not earn a part. Putting in a ticket to customer service ain't going to do diddly squat for you because you didn't complete it in the 72 hours you have. So once you start this, make sure you complete it. So, of course, the phases, 1, 2, and 3, they all begin on a Monday. First one is going to begin on the 7th. The next one's going to begin on the 12th. And the next one's going to begin on the 17th. They all start at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They all end on at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They're going to end the 12th, the 17th, and the 21st. Of course, the Shadow Op points. You got to kill the base to earn them. You got to get 8,000 Shadow Op points must be earned to complete your first initial playthrough. An additional 4,000 parts each. Points will be needed to be earned each time you do a replay. So you replete it, you're going to need to earn 12,000. After that, you're going to need to earn 16, 20,000, 24, and so on and so on. Of course, the Nova's charge up is a massive laser cannon which erases enemies in one hit. Of course, I've already gone off over this, so we're going to skip this slide and go on to the next one. Here's your arms cache systems. Complete the phases to earn the arms cache. Each arms cache contains components for the Cerebus. Replaying phases grant a chance to win up to 3 components per cache. The Shadow Ops Dawn of Destruction. Here's your cache. So, of course, you're going to get the extended barrel. It is a bronze. It increases the range up to 15%. The whole shot bullet is a bronze. It'll increase damage up to 10%. The tactical armor is a silver cache, reduces damage by 15%, up to. The blast suit reduces area damage by up to 40%. Production matrix is a gold cache, reduces damage taken by drones up to 50%. And the hyper deployment is the other gold cache. It spawns up to 8 drones. Now here's some other cache you're going to get. The gunship. The armored engine, bronze, reduces burst damage taken up to 15%. The other one you're going to get is the improved engine. It increases movement speed by up to 30%. Your silver caches, the reflective wing, reduces enemy damage taken up to 30%. The titanium wing reduces sustained damage by up to 30%. And the ones we all want, the gold cache, the sharpshooter training, will spawn up to 6 sharpshooters on death. Includes in addition to the breachers that it spawns. The cargo hold increases the amount of breachers spawned upon death up to 12. Now for the bishop, you're going to get improved treads. It's a bronze. It increases movement up to 30%. The thick tire reduces sustained damage up to 15%. Your silver cache is the ceramic armor. Reduces burst damage by up to 20%. The explosive armor reduces area damage taken up to 15%. Your gold caches, it is a gain up after first taking damage. It reduces your damage up to 90% for 5 seconds. And the tactical training, it gains 50% increased movement speed for 10 seconds after first taking damage. So those are all your caches. And that is your Shadow Ops. So what does everybody think about that?
I'm going to be a repeat mofo.
Now, I was only been in game for a short period of time today after the maintenance, but I did pull up the Shadow Ops, and it only gave the tech for the Cerberus. It didn't say anything about your gunships or the other one.
Yeah, and the locate button was broken earlier, and I'm not really sure if they have fixed that yet. You know how you used to use the locator and find a base near you? That button was actually broken. I hate when the button gets broken. But that button in Kickside beam was broken, and we couldn't flick it. So I'm not really sure if that's been fixed or not. So if it hasn't been, and I did try to check, if it hasn't been fixed, then double check and you might have to scroll your map a little bit. And again, don't scroll a lot if you don't have to. Throw some buggies. Use your chat. Click on somebody's base and see if they're like 3 maps away from you. Then send a buggy in their general direction. And then use that, because if you scroll, it adds temp files to your computer, which will just add to lag to your game. I will double check. Is there anybody else that did repeats? Because I haven't. So, Chad, you're saying you didn't get anything but Cerberus, or you haven't repeated?
No, I haven't even touched it. I just pulled up to see what the prizes were, and that's all they had was Cerberus.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Go ahead, David. I'll let you go forward with the gear store, and I will double check.
That's all right. Well, I just brought it up because we didn't have a black screen on there.
No, that's cool. Go ahead and mute, and I'll double check and see if that's a mistake on their part. Go ahead.
Or it could be when you do your repeats, you're going to get the other stuff. So.
Yep, and I'm going to preface this as we go through while you're doing the gear store, but I'm going to preface this. I did not know this when we first saw this briefing. I did not know this, Zach, about the fact that the Bishop Tech is a bundle. So please, after David is done, please definitely share your opinion of how you feel about the Bishop bundle, and I'll just leave that at that. Go ahead, David. I'll mute up now.
And if, when you make a post on the forum, please keep it into the same area. Please keep it constructive. Don't say this is bullshit. Fix it. We want single packs. Whatever. Just keep it very constructive, ladies and gentlemen. So, of course, the November Gear Store got an update. So, well, the detonator's got 3 new techs. Of course, you got the C4 stacks. It's the detonator. It goes in the payload. C bundle section for below. But anyway, it increases damage up to 30%. The Dead Man Trigger. It is a chassis component. It blows up and deals area damage when destroyed. And, of course, the Rapid Charger. This one goes on the Disruptor. It's targeting computer. All right, it does go up to 12. It costs you 12.5k metals. It increases the reload speed and charge rate up to 35%. For the breachers, you're going to get impact webbing. This is a shield. It is 31k metals and it reduces damage up to 30%. Here comes the fun. The new Bishop Aura. Fatality Aura. All right, this bishop is provides a busted status, increases damage to buildings up to 30%. The new Mine Aura. It provides the aura the aura provides a plus 15% mine resistance per level. So of course now you've got the Reflex Aura. This bishop provides an additional 4% movement speed per level. The Lomos Aura. This provides a reduced effect of enemies' Darkstorm Aura by up to 30% for 35 seconds. You guys asked for a counter to the Darkstorm Aura? There it is.
No, I tested that and it didn't work.
Well, it is interesting. We'll have to do some more testing on that, or if it's not working as intended, we'll let the game team know.
We can try it.
So, of course, the bundles are going to cost 10,000 medals. You're going to get the C4 stack and a Dead Man trigger for the detonators. For the Bishop Aura, this one's costly, but you get the 4 auras at 45,000. I'm sorry, 450,000 medals. And, of course, 450,000 medals for all 4 auras. Now, I'm just wondering if that is I do believe that is probably an unlimited amount, just like the other ones have been. That's the reason why the price is so high.
I would fucking hope so.
And of course, here's your new Spec Op. It's going to cost 10,000 medals, and it spawns 10 level 10 chaplains. I don't know. That's going to require some testing on a bunch of people's parts to see how good this one really is. Of course, as you all notice, Spec Ops are getting rotated out slowly but surely. They're trying to do one new Spec Op a month. Trying to. Can't guarantee it, but they're trying. And of course, the Roland is going to cost you 8,000 medals. The Breacher is going to cost you 115. The Disruptor is 50k. And the War Dog is 70k. Next, look at all this tech. The gear store is going to be stuffed. So you're going to have the Roland Heroic Tech at 300,000 medals. It's the Shrapnel. And of course, you've got the Grounded Light Armor, 400k medals. And his Heroic Training is 500,000 medals. For the Disruptor, you've got Trajectory. It is 8,000. You've got the Buffer, the Detection Buffer. It is 8,000. The Voltage Modulator. And the Flame Rig. Those are 21,000. Field Canvassing and the Polymetric Feedback is 52.5. For the Breachers, you've got the Deflection Shielding and the Steady Shielding at 12.5. You've got his Resistant Gear and Thermal Gear, 31k. Steady Hand and Storm at 78k. Now, for the dog, you're going to have his collar and dog tags. Those are both 8k. His Fast Whistling and Platts Whistle are 20k pop. The Alpha Training and the Imprint Training are 50k. The Subwoofer and Pinpoint, oh, that's different. The Subwoofer is 75k. Now, for the Punishers. Punishers? Really? They're bringing back that tech? Wow. Alrighty. Pinpoint Targeting and Clip Compression are both 50k. The Armor Tread is 50k. Now, of course, last chance for Spec Ops. The Arachnid Army. And Unstoppable.
Just take it out. Why does it need to be? Why does it need to be in last chance? Just take it out.
Hey, I'm pretty sure some people still use that to get bread.
I doubt it.
The lower levels. Come on now. And of course,
I feel like they missed a beat. They should have made the all the Widowmakers somewhat useful when they had the Onyx out. So that way, at least we'd have some kind of spiders to fight back against the spiders.
Hey, maybe the next one to come out will be the Onyx Spider. Who knows?
Give me 30 of those jumping spiders in a Spec Op, and then I'll be happy.
Well, we've got 2 training tokens out there for 55k medals a pop. You've got the Cyclops training token and the Chaplain training token. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one stuffed gear store, let me tell you.
And I spent 980,000 medals on Cyclops training tokens and traded every single one of them in for techs.
Well,
thank you, Kixeye.
Now, of course, the following have been removed. The Burnside, the Chaplain. Those are the 3 units that have been removed. Now for the tech, all the Chaplain tech, the heavy fuel, light fuel, focus nozzle, wide nozzle, sprint training, and combustion training have all been removed. The technical tech has been removed, which is the Arctic tires and grip tires, streamlined plating, reinforced plating, massacre training, and toxic weapon handling have been removed. Now, of course, you have the Apollo tech, which has been removed. And all the flame tech. If you guys didn't get it during the zombie event, well, guess what? You're SOL, because the firestorm rounds have been removed. The molten ammo, the flame unit rounds, the juggernaut flame, the war rig flame, and the blackout flame tech have all been removed. But, side note, the gear store is still stuffed. That's one stuffed box, as somebody would say. And of course, that's it for that.
I wish I would have seen that the toxic weapon handling was in the gear store. I would have bought a couple more of them.
You want me to see my stuffed box? What's wrong with you?
I'm a little annoyed that I didn't buy those. I sat on 1 million medals for like 2 weeks.
Well,
Should have bought them.
I didn't know they were in there. I'm sorry. Damn, don't yell at
You
me.
need to walk in and look more often.
That'll teach you. That'll teach you.
Take your nephew and pick up War Commander and look and see what's out there, dude.
Why are you yelling at me?
That'll teach you.
I'm passionately empowering you to know more about your own game.
God, I'm so mad at myself.
And that's going to teach you to stay off the game for 3 months.
5.5.
Bring the iPad with you next time. Damn it.
Yeah, because I had a ton of time to do that.
So, Rambo, what'd you think of all that stuff in the gear store?
Well, I'm glad they got rid of all the stuff that we're not using. So, it looks like we're going to have some good stuff to use this time. I just don't understand why they would come out with a chaplain after a fire event. I mean, we're not going to.
It may have not been ready. Now, remember, for the next couple of months, we are going to have probably at least 1 month.
Hold out of zombies.
Yep, we still have another month at least of zombies.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, the one, what'd you think?
Yeah, it's a nice gear store this time with a lot of nice tech.
Yep. So, and of course, we have coming up next, which has just started after the downtime, is the PvP Season 11.
Oh, you didn't
Thanks for asking me what I think about the gear store, you dickhead.
Zach was talking about the gear store, and I know Zach has something to say.
Oh, well, I can't see who's in the who's in side chat or who's in.
I will actually tell you, I know how Zach feels about the bundles. So Zach, if you don't mind me speaking for you, because I know you were extremely, and I'll just say PO'd. Okay, I kind of agree a little bit with him. I didn't realize when I first saw the information that you could only get the Bishop Auras in a bundle. So there are some people who are only interested in just one of those auras. They aren't individually. Yeah. Originally, when I had heard that this may come to game, I thought that each individual aura would have a higher gear store price, and then if you bought it in a bundle, you would save, say, like 50K. So if you bought them individually, they would be each, there's 4 new ones, correct?
Correct.
So that would be, so let's just say I thought that they would all be like maybe 125K, but if you bought them individually, you would get them for 450K. I mean, if you bought them as a bundle. So I thought that that's how it was supposed to come out when I heard that these were possibly coming to the game. So the fact that when I actually saw the graphic for the release notes, which I saw at the same time the rest of you did, I was very disappointed because I do think that that's a bit steep, especially for the, well, I won't say a low level because the low level is not going to have a whole bunch of this stuff anyway. I mean, the true low levels, guys, not your alts, all right? I'm talking about the true low levels. But the mid levels, yeah, this is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to bust the hump to get, well, except we're going to cover PvP season, and then we're going to have Warpath, and right now you have close to double Infamy, and then the Infamy PvP season ends January the 9th, so we're going to have a lot of ways to earn medals so you can save up for it. But again, I see what Zach is saying. He's a little disappointed that he has to buy the entire bundle in order to just get one tech that he wants for his bishop. I get that. That's kind of a little bit of like a that kind of makes you like, I'm never going to use those other things. But you never know, Zach. You might use them later. But yeah, I think that's, I'm sorry, Chad. You're right. It is triple infamy.
Oh, I forgot who's in here. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep.
And gals.
Infamy's triple.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we definitely want to hear Anonymous's view on the gear store.
All right. Hey, guys.
Oh, crap. Who let him in?
I did.
Some
Okay.
silly individual left the back door open, and I snuck in because I smelled cookies. So
Hey, I'm coming for that Klondike bar underneath your CC.
Now, what would you do for it?
I'd bubble you for that Klondike bar.
What would he do for it? He would spend every single unit he has to one-star you in order to get it.
I'd pay to see.
Anonymous.
Well, the gear store is pretty interesting. I'm very curious to test out some of these new bishop techs, the bishops and the detonators. That's kind of an oddball that they'd just throw some random detonator tech in there. So there's got to be a reason for that hidden somewhere in there. So I'd get a few of those if you got the extra medals to spend, considering that PvP season just ended and they paid out copious amounts of medals depending on where you stood.
Well,
So
I know one person that's going to be very happy on the new detonator tech. He loves his detonators, and he does, well, not just SciRam.
Oh.
He does other videos, but he likes to do little modifications to the colors. Cargrowl.
Cogrel. Oh my gosh, he loves them so much. I mean, here I am just using them with the little stealth tech, the camo tech on them, and not really using them for anything else. And then I watched the last couple days of videos of Nightmare, and I realized people are flinging their detonators all over the place while they're using their main tune, and I'm like, what the hell are those little things flying around everywhere? And I'm just like, oh my god! And now I saw the gear store things, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty badass.
All right. So, Chad, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm probably going to get the Bishop bundle, definitely, so I can have all the auras. Other than that, I don't need anything.
All right. Who have I missed?
Unfortunately.
I know Skipjack is up as well, so.
Well, yeah, Godscope wants to give his, but I kind of agree with Zach as far as the bundle. I think that's going to, those of us who are higher levels, I think it's going to be no problem to get a bundle. There's a bunch of stuff right now that I have in my workshop that I don't ever use, but Kixeye has, again, leg of the detonator, Kixeye's proved me wrong and drug something out from way down from beyond. And I've said to him, and Scooby has always told me, if you ever get a chance to get every single tech, get it. I use my Hornets for PvP and PvE. I use my Yellow Jackets for PvP and PvE. So I have all the techs for both of those, and I switch them out indiscriminately depending on what it is that I need it for. I'm going to get the bundle, but I think a little bit this kind of hurts the mid-level player. So I agree with Zach on that. It's a little bit high priced for them not to have each one of those in there individually. I see why they're doing it, but I wish that they had offered them individually. And there are already people in Discord and on forums that are kind of poo-pooing the aura that negates the Darkstorm aura. Everybody's saying, oh my goodness gracious, good luck sneaking up on the Darkstorm. Okay, so I will tell you about the dogs that are in my base that will distract your Jug and your Darkstorm. My dogs don't have to bite you, they distract your barrel. And I can bring something in from behind and I can blow your ass up. Literally, I can blow your Darkstorm up from behind because your barrel is so busy chasing my dog, you don't realize what's running up to your ass to explode it. So I'm excited about the aura. So I think that people who are just thinking as the Darkstorm as being, oh, it's out there all by itself and nothing can defeat the Darkstorm. I don't need to defeat your Darkstorm, darling. I'm going to distract the barrel, and you're going to be waving that willy around trying to catch it. And guess what? And then I'm going to come in from behind and I'm going to swat your ass. So I'm excited to see people who will use that aura and that they will sneak up on other people's Darkstorms and use those techniques to distract the barrels. So don't count that out. As far as the little baby ones, I'm not really sure what to think about that. As far as the Spec Ops coming out, I'm glad they're leaving and something new's coming in. And I agree with maybe David and some of the other people. Maybe the Chaplain Spec Op wasn't ready yet, because that would have been to have to be the Gear Store the beginning of October. And we have been getting Gear Store updates just about every month, the first week of the month. So at least it's coming out for Holdout, because we already know that Holdout's going to have zombies in it. And more than likely the December event will have zombies in it as well. So at least they brought something out to help with it. According to Storm Chaser, my information is it's a 1 hour Spec Op that can be extended to 2 hours, but I do not know if it has a cooldown time or not. I'm assuming that it would, but I don't know that for sure. And that's my opinion and my PSA.
All right. Godscope.
Okay, before I get on to mine, I have one question for anybody who can answer it. Do we have a date on when this holdout event is?
The 17th.
Of November?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, so the Gear Store, if there's anybody coming back to the game or anybody who doesn't have their primary units, Hades, Technicals, Phalanx, blah, 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 that don't have them maxed out, that have them at a decent level, I would strongly recommend buying the Cyclops training tokens, because then you can go into the techs and they give out the most in return when you trade them in. So you buy, like me, I said it before, I'll say it again, I spent almost a full million XP or medals on nothing but Cyclops tokens, and I traded every single one of them in and bought a bunch more technical tokens, enough to get my technicals to 15 and enough to get my Phalanx to 19.
Nice.
Like, so that in itself is helping me catch up. The more medals that I get in for the Infamy season, I'll be buying more tokens and just keep doing it, keep grinding it. I'm a little irritated to see the new Spec Op in now, but seeing how being reminded that we're having to deal with zombies for the next month or two in events and other events and stuff like that, I'm happy that it's out. Just take the Arachnid army and the damn spider Spec Ops out. They don't need to be on last chance. Nobody uses them. Nobody uses them.
They're only going to be in there another week, so don't worry.
Yeah, like, they're gone. So happy to see that. I hope that they keep cycling out the old ones and bringing in new Spec Ops. I was actually kind of surprised to see when I came back to the game that there's a Juggernaut Spec Op.
The Hand of Malachi.
Yeah,
came in handy during this event.
Yeah, the Hand of Malachi. That's a pretty good one, and it's a reasonable price. The Master Loot's a reasonable price.
Yeah, just remember, if you equip that Master Loot, you don't get any XP gained for resources looted on anything.
I did not know that. That sucks.
It was there at the beginning, but people were leveling up
real quick.
2 or 3 levels in a week's time.
I would have loved that. But and there was a debate going on in YouTube chat about the bishop with the aura tech, asking if you could put multiple auras on the single bishop.
No.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure you can't. Okay, so you cannot. But
I just tried it. They can't do it.
If you're attacking somebody and you have a bishop in your tune, and let's say that your bishop has the fatal aura, so it's got the busted effect, right?
Right.
You put a second bishop in with a different aura. Like
those stack. They will stack, but they will not stack on top of each other. So if you have 2 fatality orders, those do not stack.
No, but you could have two fatalities and put one at one corner of the base and one at the other, and nullify half of the person's base, the bunkers. Kill the bunkers, nothing spawns out. You don't have to deal with the sharpshooters, none of that bull crap.
Just remember, the auras on the bishops are kind of small. But
true.
That's what she said.
But
I hope she didn't say that.
But the
I've
ores,
never heard it.
the ores will last, if I remember correctly, 15 seconds. So the best 15 seconds of her life.
So just remember, even though you can't put multiple auras on the same bishop, you can have multiple bishops with different auras. So I would recommend buying the pack. I don't have any bishops, so I didn't buy the pack. Obviously, if I did and they were a decent level, I would have bought it. But they're not, so I didn't. But experiment. Find what works best with how you're attacking, whether it's player bases or PvE.
Start hitting
how you're
those
defending.
bases then when they come out. So, have we missed anybody?
No.
Has Paul said his?
I think Paul, have you said yours? I do believe.
Rambo?
Yes, I think.
I bought it.
All right. So, with that being said, we've got the PvP Season 11 coming up. Now, for those of you that have an imagination and like to look in the clouds, look real close. I think somebody in the art department likes Chick-fil-A.
I don't want to interrupt the fun, but I'm already at 4K in 20 minutes.
Nice.
So, has anybody else noticed the cow in the clouds?
No.
Look right here.
Oh, you shouldn't have pointed it out, dude. Now
I
every
know.
news
Now I
page
see it.
ever is gonna be just bitching
thinking,
about it.
I was thinking it looks more like a Halloween pumpkin. Like if you take that the nose and then the eyes on the top and like the face.
Yeah, or you could look like a goblin. Yep.
This is gonna be profit drama 2.0.
It's one of those combination pictures. Yeah, I see the pumpkin or the goblin face, but I also see a Chick-fil-A cow in there.
I see the cow. Yeah,
You like Chick-fil-A, David.
I see a gold thing there.
Now I'm gonna go get Chick-fil-A tomorrow.
That's all right. I see a unicorn up at the very top that's jumping through the clouds. I see that.
Yeah, I see that too.
I see a big ass building.
I see the Illuminati triangle.
With accolades. It's shining with accolades.
So, of course, commanders, for the bragging rights of the sector in the war of PvP Season 11. Your details, it started today, right after the downtime. It will end January 9th. Of course, there will be weekly payouts of medals based on your current infamy division. Additional medals, blood thorium, and accolades will be awarded to the winners at the end of the season. Please note that your Season 9 accolades will be removed after the downtime. They will be replaced by the Season 10 accolades if you won one. Of course, you've got the Alliance PvP. Alliance complete in 3 different classes based on your Alliance size. Please note that we have made changes so that your Alliance will only appear in one of the 3 classes below based on the highest prizes of your Alliance would receive. This only occurs when your Alliance is within the top 10 of one of the classes. If your Alliance is not within the top 10, it will stop appearing on all 3 leaderboards. Of course, Class A, total infamy contribution of all the members. Class B, total infamy contribution of the top 100 members. And of course, Class C is the top infamy contribution of the top 50 members. An Alliance can only receive a single accolade per season. Of course, here are your Alliance PvP prizes.
So, just a quick clarification for people who still, for some reason, might not understand how this works. If you are ranked, let's say, number 10 in Class A, but you're ranked number 3 in Class C at the end of the season, you will receive the rewards for being 3rd in Class C instead of 10th in Class A. It takes your highest ranking, and that's the rewards you get.
And that's coming from somebody that's been in all 3 of them at one time. So,
someone who's been in top 5 of all 3 of them at one time.
Right. All right. So, of course, we've got your class ratings. Of course, Class A, I'm going to go straight down the line. You're going to get, for first, you're going to get 600,000 medals. For second, you're going to get 505,000 medals. Third, you're going to get 450,000 medals. Fourth, you're going to get 370 medals. Fifth, you're going to get 315,000. Sixth is 260. Seventh is 205,000. Eighth is 150,000. Ninth is 995,000. 10th is 40,000. Now Class B is 300,000. Then 255,000. Third is 225,000. Fourth is 195,000. Fifth is 165,000. Sixth is 135,000. Seventh is 105,000. Eighth, 75,000. Ninth is 45,000. 10th is 15,000. Of course, Class C, well, you're going to get 100,000, 85,000, 75,000, 65,000, 55,000, 45,000, 35,000, 25,000, 15,000, and 5,000. Now, the individual prizes, of course, the gold tier 1 is medals is 200,000. You're going to get 9 Blood Thor. All right. Okay, what the heck? I don't get this part now because we've got medals on both sides.
Yeah, the medals on the left side are individual during the weekly.
During the weekly, the round payout.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the first one is what your round payout is, and the last one is your total at the end. So, of course, the gold, you're going to get 200,000, 9 Blood Thor, and 300,000. They've upped it just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. It used to be, you know, the top was 9.
Yes.
So, gold 2, you're going to get 120,000. No, I'm sorry, that is the top. Interesting. They've changed it up just a little bit. So, the top 1. Interesting. Okay, so yes, it has been changed. Gold 2, infamy threshold is 3,600. And that's 120,000 medals. And at the final payout, you're going to get 250,000. Gold 3 is 2,800. That's 90,000. 5 Blood Thor, 225,000 at the end. The silver is 70,000. You're going to get 4 Blood Thor. And at the end, you're going to get 200,000 medals. At silver 2, that's 15,000 infamy. You're going to get 60,000 medals every payout. At the end, you're going to get 3 Blood Thor and 175,000. Silver 3 is 50,000 medals. Your infamy threshold is, of course, 1,000. You're going to get 2 Blood Thors and 150,000 at the end. The bronze 1 is 3,500 medals. Your infamy threshold is 6. You're going to get no Blood Thor. And at the end, you're going to get 125,000 medals. Bronze 2 is 2,500 medals. That's 300 threshold and 100,000 medals. Bronze 3 is 12,500. Threshold is 100. So you go hit one base. Hey, you got it. And at the end, you're going to get 7,500 medals. And of course, just for participating, at the end, you're going to get 50,000 medals. 50,000 medals. And of course, the round payouts, of course, you know, are 2,000, 120,000, and so on. Of course, the ranked 1 through 3 alliance accolades for Class A, B, and C appear on the leaderboard as above your base and on the world map. Note that the alliances can only receive 1 accolade per season. If your alliance places first in Class A, B, and C, they will only receive the accolades for Class A. I like that idea. So this way, those people that think, okay, you've got this clan in both A, B, and C, top 1, they're only going to get the Class A.
Right.
They're not going to get anything else. They're only going to get that Class A. So, and that's
well, yeah, because it prioritizes to what the highest reward that you could claim would be, and that's the one that you get. And